struggles,
innovation,
going all in,
not holding back,
mindset,
being a leader,
paving their own way,
putting the real in real estate,
listing legacies, selling luxury. You have The Vault.
Unlocking conversations in real estate today.
We're live with The Vault. I'm your host, Jessica Hastings-Lesperance, and let me introduce my wonderful co-host, Alexa Miller. And Alexa, today we have something really cool we're talking about. Tell us all about it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of The Vault. We are talking all things marketing today. Marketing your real estate business. So I'm very excited for this one. When I was a new realtor, this is what I wanted to know. I wanted to know, what do I do to market myself and get myself some business?
Number one question, what do I do?
What do I do?
Well, we're going to tell you.
So we'll start with probably the biggest form of marketing that we do as a team, which is social media.
Absolutely.
Why social media? Because that's where everyone is these days. We still do print marketing, which we'll talk about a little bit later, but the biggest thing is social media. So I'll talk a bit about my business. I have lots of different social media accounts, but my main ones are Instagram and Facebook. I do paid marketing ads with listings, just solds, whatever it may be. I typically always sponsor it. You don't have to. But that's the biggest form of marketing that I do is social media.
Absolutely. Me too. Social media, I do a lot of paid ads and I'm pushing hard in certain areas by using those sponsored posts and ads to reach larger audiences. I do a lot of social media. I do a little bit different items. I'm understanding a little bit more how to present pain points to people and then offer the solution. It takes more time to write up and it takes a lot more strategic thinking, although it's worth it in the end. And the comments and likes and shares are like it's more value adding too. Print marketing, I do a lot of as well. Any and every opportunity I get to market with another business, even put myself alongside an event for if we're participating in an event. So for example, we did the concours d'elegance at Cobble Beach. Was that about a month ago? And again, I pushed a whole flyer, 2,500 copies, and put myself amongst that business because we were a part of it. And again, it was a nice little story telling us about the event and what's going to happen and stuff like that. So social media for sure, print marketing. You have to do some print marketing because some of the older generations, they're just not on social media and they don't want to, right?
And I like it.
Everyone likes getting something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, likes looking at it.
Like I still do postcards. When I get a new listing, I'll send out postcards to that area. And it can be as expensive or inexpensive as you want. You can do, like a lot of it I used to do myself on Canva, and then I just order it from Canva, and it was a lot cheaper than going to somebody else to do it. And you can mail it out, you can deliver it yourself to mailbox, like whatever. But yeah, I'll do like postcards. I do a lot of print marketing for open houses to promote open houses. Sometimes I'll send random things every quarter. Like you could send like a home maintenance checklist in the spring and just send it out to the town you're in or whatever.
I love getting those things.
Yeah.
And yours are so pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah, they are. I love looking at them. They're visually appealing, right? So exactly what Alexa's talking about is, top 10 tips on how to prep your property for selling or closing up for the winter. Like you're giving them solutions to the problem they're going to have.
Yep.
That is, if we can wrap our head around that, you're going to have the best marketing ever.
And people like that because you're not asking them to help them buy or sell a house. You're just giving them information.
Yeah.
So it's different than sending out, say, a postcard of a just listed or whatever. But even stuff like that, if you're farming an area and you're sending out a just listed or just sold postcard, people are still going to appreciate it because then they feel like you're keeping them in the know of their neighborhood.
Yeah, and they want to. They're that nosy neighbor. They want to know what's going on. Right?
They want to know what Joe's house sold for down the street because they want to tell everybody about it.
Yeah, and I read in my book once that when people see a for sale sign in their neighborhood, they start thinking maybe I should sell.
Yeah,
because what's that guy doing? Why is he sell? Maybe I
much is it
should.
gonna be? How much is it gonna get?
So who are they gonna call?
Yeah.
The person on that side.
Mhm.
It's so funny. Yeah, so social media, print marketing, absolutely. You need to be seen. Next one on the list, email marketing again. Newsletters, we talked about that again. And again, it's tips and trends for buyers and sellers. So it's just it's the how and the what we're talking about is the marketing and branding behind it. Targeted campaigns. So again, we're segmented those lists and tailoring them to different audience groups.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Another one that ties into social media too is videos, which are huge right now.
Digital marketing, baby.
So whether that's you're sharing, listing videos on your social media, or people love the personal videos. So if you're, at an event and you're taking a selfie and it's a video of you just saying, hey, it's Alexa Miller with Keller, blah, 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 blah. I'm at the fall fair. And like anything
and everything, put your face on it.
People love videos, and I like that's what gets most traction on my social media is just even if I'm not in the video, like even if I post a video of a local hike I'm doing and it's just a video of the view, like the likes and comments and stuff you get, it's just it's crazy how far a video goes versus just a regular post.
It is. And our team's really good at being that real estate market leader, right? By doing the videos. Videos is everything right now.
Yeah.
It's all the hype. It's the number one tool to use for your marketing, for your real estate business is your videos.
Yeah.
Even video messaging people.
I was just going to say that too. Yeah. Hey, happy birthday. Like I send happy birthday videos most of the time. Or just like a, hey, checking in, hope your family's well. And oh my God, the response is crazy because like how it's personal. Like I'll send I send personal videos with their name. I'm asking how their kids are doing. It's not like a generic one that I'm sending out to everybody. It's personal and it takes 3 seconds to do them. People love them.
Yeah. I've even pitched large magazines and huge keynote speakers and videos, and I got the lead because of that. Yeah. I remember Christmas Eve, I got a big one last year.
Wow.
And it's because I sent him a video saying, hey, I'm Jess. I'm a Canadian girl, because he was in the States. And this is what I'm all about. And here's why we need to work together. And he just called me immediately. I love what you are all about. Thanks for the video. And I said, wow, this stuff works.
Yeah, totally. Like, oh my God, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So if you're not doing video, you need to be doing video. And I know that like you don't have to tell me that it is so it's hard to get into.
That's funny. Video batch. That's what I do. I'll go through. I'll stand out in the driveway, and the kids are screaming inside, right? And I'm like, just be quiet for a second. And then I'll just go do about like 10 videos back to back. I'll think of like ideas. I'll use my AI. I'll have all my topics, and I'll go record. I'll do about 6 to 10, and then I send them off to our editing department, and then like we're rolling from there. I know not everyone has editing departments.
No,
so just record personally and play. Record and play.
Even if you mess up a little, it makes it even better because it's more authentic. I'll never forget the story of our team owner Terry took a video in front of a new listing and she fell in the video and she posted that video and it got like thousands of likes and shares and like everyone just thought it was hilarious and so it just makes it authentic. It's funnier.
It is, I always mix up or mess up or hear something in the back. I'm like, whatever. I have 3 kids, so
it is what it is.
Who knows what you're gonna see.
Sponsoring local events and activities is really, really good marketing. So, and I said this in our last episode, for lead gen, it can be as expensive or inexpensive as you want it to be. I like to sponsor lots of local community events, one being, public skating in the winter, fall teams in the summer. There is so many, we could be here all day talking about what you could sponsor.
And sponsor and, collaborating with local businesses, getting your business cards in there and leaving them at the front desk, pinning them up places, grocery stores. I've worked a lot with other businesses where actually do events together,
Mhm.
and we use each other's mailing lists to hit. So I'm hitting double the amount of people that I normally have.
Right.
And it works really well.
Yeah. And people appreciate it because you're helping a community event. So like
Mhm.
I sponsor something at the fair each year, and I've done it every year for the past few years, and people always say, "Oh, thanks so much for,
Mhm.
sponsoring to help make this happen," and blah blah blah, and it's just feel good
It
for
is.
everybody.
Yeah.
So.
I've been stopped in the street before and I
Yeah.
don't know them and they say thanks. So,
Mhm.
people do care. Even though they don't always tell you, it is important.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Mhm.
Another one I'm just gonna sneak in there, that there's like so many little things that you can do, and there's so many good ideas out in the world. But one thing that I did when I started was super beneficial, and I haven't done it in a while. I'm actually going to do it again here soon. Is I got the idea from another realtor in the States, I think, or something. But essentially, I had these little cards made up with my information on it, all my social media handles, and I got a barcode from my Tim Hortons app. Everybody has an app for either
Yeah.
Starbucks
I
or
remember I
Timmy's.
used your idea last year, but I'll tell
Yeah.
you my story next after you finish
Yeah.
yours.
So you take that barcode and you load it with however much money you're willing to, and you give out the cards with the barcode on it. So essentially, they can go there and scan it and get a free coffee or
Yeah.
whatever. Oh my God, people
It blew up.
loved them.
Yeah.
Like, it was insane. I had people texting me, calling me, putting stuff on social media about, it worked so well. And you can make it as expensive or inexpensive. I think I put at different times I would load it with different amounts of money, and when it was out, it was out.
Yeah. And so how Alexa did it though is you handed them out individually, right?
Personally, yeah.
What I learned was, and when I put money in the card as well, there was someone who used that for a $50 order.
Yeah, it happens.
And then I thought, man, that was almost the full amount.
Yeah, some people are not.
So I realized, I feel Alexa's way was much more strategic, where you're handing them out. You know how many you've handed out. Because I know that our card is still loaded because not all the flyers were used.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Mhm.
And then I could see, it's actually quite interesting. I could, rate or see, it's kind of like an analytics of
Mhm.
Tim's card. $3 order, $4. Your common like actual coffee.
Yeah.
And then we just had showed the flyer at the window. At first, the people were kind of odd, and it took them a minute,
They're
and then
wondering
they
what
would
it is.
scan it. Yeah.
Mhm. And then they realize they work. Now, you do have to be careful with this too, because again, I had on there, have a free coffee on me.
Mhm.
So people were thinking it was like a coffee coupon and weren't realizing that it was going to pay for their whole order.
Yeah.
So, I was very selective in who I gave it to. I didn't just hand them out to anyone.
Yeah.
But there's another way you can get around that, is to get some like little envelopes made up and individually go buy like a bunch of just Tim's cards. It's not ideal, but you can just load them with say $2 or $3 or whatever. And
Much easier. We do that now.
and then you don't get screwed over. But people, like, if you're just starting out and you just want something personal like that, it's a huge success every time I do it.
It is, yeah.
So
bonus tip I'd offer is reviews and testimonials. We can never get enough of them. If you're gonna run anything on your business, do reviews and testimonials and nothing else. You will still get business. And
a tip for if you're just starting and you haven't done any business yet is to get people to write a testimonial about your character. Because I had that when I first started. I was like, can you just write something about me and make it kind of generic, and then it's not necessarily towards me. Like, if we hadn't worked together, they couldn't write anything about me being a realtor, but essentially it gives you something to start with.
It does, yeah. Because everyone always goes, well, I haven't worked with anyone. What do they write? I said, just write about like you as a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it works. And then usually put it in a binder and you bring that to every single appointment, anything and everything. And people go through them, they read them. Totally. I know when I order something or buy something, I look at them.
Yeah, when you're on Amazon, that's the first thing I look at is reviews.
Yeah. Did that thing break?
Yeah. So, and the way I've done it too is like typically I'll ask, after a deal, I'll ask them to write me a review, but I've also done it where I've done a giveaway, and to enter my giveaway, you had to write a review about me, whether you'd worked with me or not, if you knew me as a person. And so I got a ton of reviews on my Facebook page for that.
That's good. And then we also have to clarify, my understanding, that those reviews were from an incentive.
Right.
Yeah. Just good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that's all my tips and knowledge that I can share for the time that we're at right now.
Yeah, we'll have to do we could do so many episodes on marketing. There's so many things, but that gives you a bit of a head start if you're just starting out, or if you even if you've been in the game for a while and you just wanted some fresh new ideas.
Thanks for listening to The Vault.
You can find us on Instagram at The Vault Podcast and on all podcast platforms.
See you next episode.